Hey guys, it's Amber. Welcome to my channel. I post book and home fragrance content, and I have my monthly most anticipated reads for you guys. These are the reads that from the books that are releasing that I'm looking the most forward to possibly picking up. So these are books that will be releasing this coming November. So that's just in a few days. I don't know when this video is going to go up, but I think it'll be before November 1st. So it's coming soon. So I'm just going to go through the books for you and read a little bit of the synopsis. And yeah, let's jump into it. So my number one most anticipated book that is coming out in November is Where the Library Hides, which is The Secret of the Nile, book number 2. This is by Isabel Ibanez. It is the sequel to, the first one is called, I can't even remember the name of the first book. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna look real quick because I really love that book. And the second I finished it, I was like, I have to pick up the second book, and not knowing at that time that it hadn't been released yet. So it's What the River Knows. So if you watched my wrap up when I talked about that book, I'll link that at the end of the video so you can look at that if you'd like. I talked about it in my wrap up, and 2 months ago, I think it was a good book. So I definitely want to pick up the second one. So it's about a girl. This is a sequel, so I don't want to give too much away, but it is the conclusion. So it is just a duology about a girl named Inez. I'm pretty sure it was Inez. And her parents, she finds out her parents pass away. She lives in Argentina, I think it is. And her parents are like excavators in Egypt. And this is back in the 1800s, late 1800s. And she doesn't know what exactly happened. So she goes to Egypt to figure out what in the world is going on. Or her parents really passed away. And she meets up with her uncle, and adventures ensue from there. So again, I don't want to give anything away, but this is a historical fantasy and filled with adventure and rivals to lovers type of feel. So I'm very excited about the second book. That one releases on November 5th, so it's coming up super soon. Okay, the next one that I'm interested in is The Teller of Small Fortunes. And this also comes out November 5th, and it's by Julie Leong. And it is about a girl named Tao. Is an immigrant fortune teller traveling between villages with just her trusty mule for company. She only tells small fortunes, whether it will hail next week, which boy the barmaid will kiss, when the cow will calve. She knows from bitter experience that big fortunes come with big consequences. Even if it's a lonely life, it's better than the one she left behind. But a small fortune unexpectedly becomes something more when a semi-reformed thief and an ex-mercenary recruit her into their desperate search for a lost child. Soon they're joined by a baker with a need for adventure, and of course a slightly magical cat, because you can't not have a slightly magical cat. Tao starts down a new path with companions as big-hearted as her small fortunes are small. But as she lowers her walls, the shadows of her past close in, and she'll have to decide whether to risk everything to preserve the family she never thought she could have. So I think this is like a cozy fantasy from what I glean from the synopsis / what I've seen, and it looks really cute. So I love cozy fantasies. All right, the next one is a rom-com type book, and it's called Is She Really Going Out with Him? This comes out November 19th, and it's by Sophie Cousins. It says it's about a columnist named Anna Appleby has left her love life behind after a painful divorce. Who needs a man when she has 2 kids, a cat, and an uncontested control of the TV remote? Besides, she'd rather be single than subject herself to the hell of online dating. But her office rival is vying for her column, and no column means no stable source of income. In a desperate attempt to keep her job, Anna finds herself pitching a unique angle, 7 dates all found offline, chosen by her children. So from awkward encounters to unexpected connections, Anna gamely begins to put herself out there, asking out waiters, the mailman, and even her celebrity crush. But when a romantic connection appears where she least expected it, will she be brave enough to take another chance at love? So that looks cute. Okay, the next one is called The City and Its Uncertain Walls. And this one I feel is like a combination, possibly literary fiction and fantasy. It comes out November 19th, and it's by I'm sorry, I'm gonna butcher this name, Haruki Murakami. I think I said it right. And yeah, so let's see what it's about. We begin with a nameless young couple, a boy and a girl, teenagers in love. One day she disappears, and her absence haunts him for the rest of his life. Thus begins a search for this lost love that takes the man into middle age and on a journey between the real world and the other world. A mysterious, perhaps imaginary, walled town where unicorns roam, where a gatekeeper determines who can enter and who must remain behind, and where shadows become untethered from themselves. Listening to his own dreams and premonitions, the man leaves his life in Tokyo behind and ventures to a small mountain town where he becomes the head librarian. Woot woot! Only to learn that the mysterious circumstances surrounding the gentleman who had the job before him. As the seasons pass and the man grows more uncertain about the porous boundaries between these two worlds, he meets a strange young boy who helps him to see what he's been missing all along. Yeah, so I'm down. Any book that has to do with libraries and librarians and all that, I am down for. That sounds like it could be really good. Okay, the next one is the Games Untold, and this is by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. It's part of the Inheritance Games series, and it comes out November 12th, 2024. Well, we're in 2024, obviously. And this is like a short stories novella. So there it says, there is nothing frivolous about the way a Hawthorne man loves. So discover their stories of love and loss, power, puzzles, and life and death secrets in this mind-blowingly romantic collection that proves that when you love the way Hawthorne's love, there is no going back. So this takes place, I think, kind of in between all the other books, which I have really enjoyed the Inheritance Games series. It's been a lot of fun. So there's that one. Okay, the next one is The Courting of Bristol Keats by Mary E. Pearson. It comes out November 12th. And this is she's the author that wrote the Revenant Chronicles and another one that Dance of Thieves, I think is the name of the other series, which was kind of like a spinoff after the Revenant Chronicles. So she wrote those. This is her first official adult book, I guess, and it is a fantasy. So after losing both of their parents, Bristol Keats and her sisters struggle to stay afloat in their small, quiet town of Bowes Keep. When Bristol begins to receive letters from an aunt she's never heard of, who promises she can help, she reluctantly agrees to meet and discovers that everything she thought she knew about her family is a lie. Her father might even still be alive, not killed, but kidnapped by terrifying creatures and taken to a whole other realm, the one he is from. Desperate to save her father and find the truth, Bristol journeys to a land of gods and fae and monsters. Pulled into a dangerous world of magic and intrigue, she makes a deadly bargain with a fae leader. But what she doesn't know is that he's the one who drove her parents to live a life on the run. And he is just as determined as she is to find her father, dead or alive. So that one sounds really good. And I did really enjoy her other series. So the next one, also fantasy. I am a fantasy lover, so most of them are fantasy. This one's called Servant of Earth, The Shards of Magic, which I think is what the name of the series is going to be. November 12th is when it comes out, by Sarah Hawley. Hawley. In the underground fae realm, only the strongest and most ruthless have power, but a young human woman forced into a life of servitude is about to change everything. Kenna Heron is best known in her village for being a little wild, some say half feral, but she'll need every ounce of that ferocity to survive captivity in the cruel fae court. Trapped as a servant in the fairies' underground kingdom, Kenna must help her new mistress undertake 6 deadly trials, one for each branch of magic: fire, earth, light, void, illusion, and blood. If she succeeds, her mistress will gain immortality and become the heir to Earth House. If she doesn't, the punishment is death for both mistress and servant. So that sounds good. Yeah, I like the whole trial aspect in regards to the whole gaining the power type of thing. Okay, the next one is called The Last Hour Between Worlds, and this comes out November 19th by Melissa Caruso. I think this is, if I remember right, it's like a steampunk fantasy, kind of sci-fi fantasy. So let's look. A whip-smart adventure fantasy packed with reality-bending magic. The Last Hour Between Worlds is a brilliant launch of a new series by author Melissa Caruso. In the deep echoes, no one can save you. Star investigator Cambrel Thorne has a few hours away from her newborn. And she just wanted to relax and enjoy the year-turning party. But when people start dropping dead, she's got to get to work, especially when she finds that mysterious forces are plunging the whole party down through layers of reality and into nightmare. One layer down, it's no big deal, stay alert and you'll be fine. 2-3 layers down, natural laws are negotiable and things get very strange. 4 layers down, there are creatures with eyes in their teeth and walls that drip blood. Most people who fall this far never return. Luckily, Kem isn't most people, and as cosmic powers align and the hour grows late, she'll have to work with her awfully compelling nemesis for a chance to save her city, though not her night off. So it looks like it's a little bit of a mystery as well. So, we'll see. Now that I'm reading that, now that I know it's like a mystery, I'm not sure. If you've watched my other book videos, I've talked lately about I really haven't been that much into mysteries. I haven't been able to like get into them in the past year or so. So I don't know. We'll see. I thought it was going to be good, but then I saw that. So we'll see. I'm sure it'll still be good, but I don't know if for me. Okay, the next is The Half King. This comes out November 19th. It's by Melissa Landers. A king by day is shadow by night. The great betrayal changed everything for the allied realm. Long ago, the kingdom's noble houses rose up against the goddess, and for their treachery, the firstborn of each noble family was cursed. One with perilous beauty, one with destructive knowledge, one with insatiable bloodlust. The royal house, Mortara, received the worst affliction of all, for while the king exists during the day, he fades into nothingness at night, until his 21st birthday, where he will be lost to the shadows forever. Now an acolyte has arrived at court. Like all the second-born children of the allied realm, she's destined to serve the goddess and become a seer. Only Cerise Salon has no gift of foretelling. In fact, she has no magical gift at all. Instead, she's surrounded by courtiers and priests, smiling sycophants whose hearts are filled with secrets and lies. And at the center of it all sits His Majesty, Mortara, with his haunting eyes, sharp tongue, and an unerring ability to send her pulse skittering at the worst possible moments. So this is a romantasy, it seems like, but it has an interesting, which I do enjoy romantasies, as long as they're not super graphic anyway. It looks like it has an interesting, like, curse they have to break too at the same time. So that seems like it'll be good. And then the last one is a romance or romantic comedy. It's called Mr. Nice Spy. This comes out November 5th, and it's by Tiana Smith. And this is described as Andy Paxton knows she's good at her job as a fireworks designer. What she doesn't know is that her biological father is Holt, a dangerous arms dealer who has escaped prison. And now he's searching for his long-lost daughter, Dearest. After the CIA surprises her with this news, they drop another bombshell. They want to use Andy as bait to capture Holt once and for all. But before the CIA can even attempt to spring their trap, she's kidnapped, along with the very hot officer Adam Chan, all because they were too busy flirting to worry about silly things like safety protocol. A fake relationship for their protection, of course, and just a few explosions bring Andy and Chan closer. But there's more than their growing connection at stake. If Holt's plan succeeds, the world will be brought to its knees. Andy and Chan must rely on each other to stop him, or else everything, including their feelings for each other, might just blow up in their faces. So that seems like it'll be a fun one for sure. So that's it, you guys. That is the, one book of notable mention is the final book. I'm pretty sure it's the final book in the Lightlark trilogy. Also comes out in November, but I have not read Nightshade yet. So I didn't put it on my 10 most anticipated reads because of that. But just an FYI for those of you that are looking forward to the final book, it is coming out in November as well. I can't remember what it's called, but Nightshade's the second book. And then Sun, I think has Sun in the title, something like that. Just look like Lightlark up and I'm sure you'll find it. So thank you guys. What is your most anticipated reads for the month of November? Do any of these sound good to you? Is there something I'm missing? Let me know down in the comments. And I appreciate all of you. Please like and subscribe for more book and home fragrance content. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day. TTFN. Ta-ta for now.